And we are live. Hi, we're all here. Hi, I'm David Fickus, and welcome to a little cast chat with the cast of The Basement in the Kitchen. With us right now is Jeff Weens, who plays Jacob Jansen. Hello. And Terrence Winter, who plays Gordon Sims.
Terrence Paul Winter.
Terrence Paul Winter. My God, not back then. Rick Barbera and Pam Cook, 5 of the 7 main cast members from the movie. And we're in the middle of this Drama 3-4 campaign. We're doing 34 days of Drama 3-4, and today's number 20-something. At 20, what is it, Bryce? 22? Bryce is also listening. Thank you to Bryce Beckham of Drama 3-4, who's doing all this. It's day 24. And
you said we wouldn't be able to see you or hear you. You lied.
No, we can hear Bryce. We can't.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm messing up the whole Wizard of Oz thing. Sorry. Go ahead. Continue. This is great.
So we're here to just kind of chat. So how are you guys doing? How have you been? Everyone good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Safe and healthy
good.
So far.
Absolutely.
So good. I'm loving this time off.
Yeah. Just so everybody knows where everybody is, Jeff there is in upstate New York in a wonderful oasis called Potter Hollow, which everyone should go there and be on his farm.
Don't tell him the name of the town, please.
Oh, really? Really? Is that bad?
No. I just got to get in the habit of just like calling it like upstate New York because, eventually everyone's going to be here when everything else melts down. They're all going to be coming to Potter Hollow, knocking on the door, and I don't want to, I don't want to turn too many people away.
That makes sense. Sense.
What is your address?
33. Oh, good one, Rick.
They're all in Los Angeles, but Jeff, you fled to New York before the movie even finished. I always remember that. You missed some of the fun screenings.
That's right.
Yeah. For a little history of the movie, we shot this in 1997. It was about a year after we all graduated. Or actually, Rick was a year before us in graduation, but
because he's older than the rest of us.
Because he's older.
He's a lot older than the rest.
So much older.
He's 82.
We did make him. We did make you play older. So Rick, we thank you for that. We made you grow a beard in a hot summer. That was crazy.
We shot in two sections, right? There was one in the middle of summer and one in the fall.
Yes.
How many weeks was in the summer?
The summer we were supposed to shoot for 14 days, so it was only 2 weeks. And then I like to tell this story, but our schedule got a little wonkadoo because Terrence Paul Winter got cast in the Godzilla movie.
That's right.
And
I'm so sorry about that.
He literally was in every day for the first week in the basement, and he said, "Listen, I got to go be a helicopter pilot." Yeah, what was that like, Terrence?
It was fantastic. What the best part about it was we shot for 3 days, which totally screwed up the schedule. You're welcome. But the best part is that Roland Emmerich, at the end of the day, threw out those 3 days that we did, and we ended up reshooting it later. So, my bad.
Just to torture me.
Well,
so we did those 2 weeks, and then we went an extra 2 days. So we did like 16 days there, and then we kind of licked our wounds and realized how much we hadn't shot, and went back in October. If I remember correctly, we were, and we shot a lot at my parents' house, which
all the flashback stuff,
all the flashbacks and the dream sequences and stuff like that. At the same time, I know a lot of people have not seen this movie that may be tuning in tonight, and a lot of people haven't seen it in a long time, so maybe it'll feel fresh. So no spoilers, by the way.
Okay.
Pam, you have Cookie there with you.
Here's Cookie, guys. Well,
yeah.
She's
Cookie. She wasn't in the movie.
Is Cookie all right?
No, she's good.
Are you hurting her?
No. I didn't. What? I'm sorry.
Not seeing much movement from Cookie. That's all.
So here's how tonight works, by the way. Originally, and we've done this this is our 4th event. We showed our Terminator movie and we did an I Made You a Mixtape. We did an offline movie night, and we did the premiere of Marisa Coughlin's movie Fulfillment, which that link is still up on our YouTube page. So if you guys haven't had a chance to see that, you guys should see it, because another one of our classmates who's doing some really great stuff. But traditionally with those, we were like screening things, and it was with a live stream. But for some reason, and actually as a filmmaker, I'm okay with this, but for some reason they are not letting us do a live stream of this. It was like hiccuping and stopping. So what we did is we posted the whole movie. So we're going to do this interview and chat for a little bit and tell some stories and stuff like that. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe 7:30. Let's see. We might get boring. Who knows? I'll get boring for sure. At 7:30 is when we're going to tell everybody to just kind of like start the movie. And there's another link that's in the bio, which is where you can watch the film. And then if you guys have any questions, we'll just be chatting along in the comments of that link, because we weren't able to figure out how to stream this. And it was, without giving anything away, but I think it was thinking some part of the movie was not what it was, but that's vague without telling anything away.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Well, I think it was just, never mind. You're messing with me, Pam.
No, I know. I want to know what happened.
Well, I think
I'm messing with him. I'm asking.
I think the YouTube bots are extra sensitive right now. So I think maybe they were just thinking a portion of the movie was I don't know. It's not. It's a PG.
Porn section of the movie.
The softcore porn section of the movie, basically.
The raciest movie I've ever been a part of.
It is racy.
Sure. Yeah, so racy.
When was the last time you guys saw this? Hey, Terrence, hold up your DVDs.
Oh yeah.
I had my VHS version, which I thought was exciting.
Nice. Here's the best part. This one isn't open. I might sell this on eBay afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I did learn I have full distribution back of this. We did finally get a distribution deal about 10 years ago or so, maybe more.
Go-Kart Films.
Yeah, Go-Kart Films. And then they went defunct. And then I had to figure out and I finally got a hold of somebody recently, and they're like, no, yeah, it's all yours. It's all over. So we haven't really done anything with it because it's other distribution companies. So, and also we did post some of the DVD extras, which I don't know if you guys ever saw that, but there's a whole like 40 minutes of DVD extras that's on our YouTube page now. And it shows some of the scene comparisons where you see like our rehearsal videos next to next to what went up in the movie. It's pretty fun.
You know what? Speaking of that, David, explain, I think, because this is unique to films now, not so in the past, but we rehearsed a lot at your place to get down pat. And that, I think, was probably key to how smooth the shooting went, except for Terrence screwing everything up and Roland Emmerich. He really... We were ready to go. By the way, Terrence, did you get those DVDs at Vidiot's? Was I with you?
Yes, we went together, dude.
All right.
That was.
I have a DVD from that. I opened it and I watched it, but I remember that trip. That's when Vidiot's was on Mellow.
No, not Vidiot's. It wasn't Vidiot's. It was Rocket Video.
Oh, Rocket Video.
Rocket Video. And the guy who did that was like couldn't have alcohol, so he's like, hey, listen. There's like a tequila bottle in the bathroom. And I was like, guys, this is some high-end stuff. Let's talk about the other screenings that were much more exciting, like the premiere of the Seattle Film Festival.
As I look at the DVD, there is an extra where there was a Q&A at the Egyptian Theater.
Oh, yeah.
That's in there.
A wonderful screen. Tell us about that, David Fickus.
Well, we premiered at the Seattle International Film Festival. Did you guys, Pam, Rick, you were there. Rick was there. Rick was the only one who made it out of this. I know Luigi was there too. Yeah. So we premiered there, and we had 2 sold-out screenings at the Harvard Exit Theater, which was amazing. I also mentioned, I don't know if Bryce did that make it into the blog or whatever, but I laughed about how when I was on the plane flying there with my 2 film canisters as my carry-on, and also Linda Hamilton from Terminator 2 was on the same plane, and I felt like that was like it was a good omen for my trajectory of playing Sarah Connor in Terminator. But we premiered there, and then we came back, and we were invited by the American Cinematheque, which was just relaunching. We were like something like the 3rd screening that the Egyptian after they had redone it, and we had a sold out screening, and I mean the full balcony. special night, and we got to do a Q&A, and that Q&A is actually on the DVD extras as well, that full in New York. And you're like, how'd it go? And I was like, it's great. You know, I was giving you an update. I think I had a cell phone for like a month.
Hey, David, can I ask you a question?
One of the first Motorola's, yeah.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw this movie?
Well, I was watching some pieces of it last night while we were doing the test.
Thoughts?
I think it's weird to watch. I mean, I really, and I said this in the blog too, which is somebody years ago was like, hey, you better love your movie because you're going to be with it forever. And I still love it. And I know, you know, there where we kind of, they were going to give us finishing funds, and they kept kind of, the what? So Bryce, oh, am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
Got your bootleg internet going on.
I know. I don't know. We tried to troubleshoot that. There's some kinks. There is some kinks with this. But are you guys hearing me? Is this good, Bryce?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. So basically, we were working with this company, and I remember we were going back and forth, and he wanted to do all this recutting of the movie. He wanted to make it a checkerboard movie, and I was like, no, it's the basement and the kitchen, not the ace kid. Anyway, and it didn't, and he was just going to mess it all up, and I remember standing my ground a little bit. I don't know. But he was like, I want you to meet this other filmmaker that we're thinking of working with him. His name's Christopher Nolan. And I was oh, okay. And then he had made a movie called Following, and that finishing funds money ended up going to him. So you can say, not only did I make Basement in the Kitchen, but I also made Inception and Batman Begins and all of these other movies. No,
it feels good to contribute to that career.
Yeah. You know, you're welcome, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was before we went to Seattle, and I actually kind of we got the movie done on our own. We got into the film festival. We had to finish all the music. Nick Peroni did a great job with the music with Parthenon Huxley, and we had to get it all done and get to Seattle. And then, you know, then it was just kind of a roller coaster of a handful of screenings and getting the careers rolling. And then we started the showcase not too long after that, and then 20 years later, here we are. I meant to do a screening for the 20th anniversary, which was last year, and we were trying to figure out whether the New Beverly could do it or do something at the American Cinematheque, but because I still have all the film and all the canisters and all the stuff preserved. But so a while. I don't think I've seen it for a while, so I'm looking forward to watching it.
Are there things that you saw or you see it now that you're like, oh, I wish I would have done this differently, or oh, my style of directing has totally changed over the past 20? How many years has it been? 22? We shot it in 99, right? Or 97.
97, we shot it.
Yeah.
97. I think there's some really interesting things that go through my brain. And I actually, when I was put up a bunch of the Alex in Wonderland stuff from our play that we all, that was at school, I think there is a version of me going, oh, wow, I didn't know what I didn't know. So I was more raw and did some like more ambitious things. But then there's also things that I learned, like I was doing a lot of oneers. I love oneers, and I love doing these long scenes. And there's this whole scene in the kitchen, without giving anything away, that we almost kept in as this entire like 5-minute take because it worked really well. But I also didn't do coverage on a lot of scenes. And when I was trying to figure out how to like cut certain things down and try to tighten up the basement and to get to the kitchen and all that stuff, it was difficult because we were like locked into a handful of scenes. And when you watch the movie, you'll probably, you see what those are. But just incredibly proud of it. It's really fun. I mean, I still like it, and I still have a lot of people, say that they remember when they first saw it and they were inspired to make movies, and knowing that like our age group was kind of jumping into that world right then. And I was, I guess, dumb enough to go first. Although my friend Mike Mendez did go first, and he inspired us quite a bit. And if you guys don't know Mike Mendez, he's got this short film that's hilarious where his action figures come alive. Anyway, that he shot in quarantine. It's good. Bryce, or Rick, you were going to say.
I do. I had a question because the core group of the movie all went to school with one another, either at Arcadia High or USC. And just can you talk a little bit about Mo Gaffney, who in my opinion crushed it 100% during filming, and her role was fantastic. She plays my wife. How did the casting of Mo come about?
Well, I met Mo.
She was on AbFab, and I knew her from
Yes.
AbFab and other things. That was hot at the time.
Yes, she was awesome. I met her, our classmate Bronwyn Moylan, who was hanging out with Lawrence Fishburne and like Peter Ackroyd and all this crazy stuff back in the day. And we went and saw the Samples at the House of Blues, me and Toby. And we went with Bronwyn and Peter Ackroyd, which was just bizarre. And we got like the Peter Ackroyd tour of House of Blues, and saw the secret rooms and all this stuff, which is now torn down, which is too bad. And we ran into Mo Gaffney and Kathy Najimy, and we ended up chatting, and Mo was talking about Shakespeare, and we were about to do Midsummer Night's Dream. And so I just struck up a friendship with her, and we just became friends. And she was just very like, "Who are you? You're weird." And then I remember going over to her house, and I'd sent her the script, and I think I watched Loves Me, Loves Me Not with her, the domestic violence short film. And I kind of just pitched her on this and was like, we're going to shoot for 2 weeks in the summer, and my parents are going to be out of town, so we're going to use the house as base camp. And we miraculously found a house with a basement in it. And she was like, she was pretty funny about it. She was like, "Yes, sure." and then dove in and be with all of us, and was like you said, she was awesome. It was she was definitely the established person in our group. I actually remember her because we were so rehearsed, and she didn't rehearse the same way that we did. We were rehearsing it like a play. And I mean, there's some stuff on there of us rehearsing at the house and stuff, but that was more like traditional rehearsal. But she, I remember she said one point, "Why do they listen to you so much?" About all of you guys. I was like, I don't know. Because I guess you guys spoke my language a little bit more. But that was definitely a directing, first of me kind of going in like normally just running around with all of you guys and making all these movies to save our good do. And then now we're like shooting on film with lights and cameras and all that stuff. I love you guys are interviewing me. I want to like interview you guys more. What was your guys' experience? What are your like first thoughts of Basement when you knew this was actually going to be a thing? I mean, did you know it was going to be the size that it was when you guys got to set and saw the trucks and stuff?
I think that was the first time I'd ever been on any kind of a shoot where we were shooting on film. Yeah. And so it felt, and then where I saw a crew that big, because I'd done student films before, and then this was definitely grander in scale and intimidating, and so I stayed close to friends
Sawyer.
And stayed Hi, Sawyer. And I just tried to kind of stick around people who I knew to kind of help feel like I was supposed to be there, but I was pretty terrified. I remember just being very nervous the first time you ever said action, and I'm just like, bubbling over with too much energy, and just then going back and watching the take and just seeing myself moving too much and making my face move too much. I'm just like, whoa, what's happening here? Rein it down, buddy. And I don't know that I did, but at least that was a really learning, experience.
I mean, for all of us, I remember, when you hear a 35 millimeter film camera roll, you just can feel how much money it costs to develop the film, strike. And we were doing print dailies. We didn't do that for the second half, but we were doing print dailies. Mm-hmm. So of like, you shot it, you developed it, you did a print, you had to transfer that to like a beta SP tape, and then that had to be digitized. I mean, like the layers that it had to go through in order to get to a place where we could edit it was just, and it was expensive. I mean, this is an incredibly low budget film comparatively, but it wasn't when you could hear the sound of film just going, it was like 5, 10, 15, 25. It was so much money rolling, and you're like, oh my God.
That was the case. Yeah.
Yeah. But performance-wise, I over and over again about how there is no way we could have done it if we didn't have the trust that our group of friends had, if we weren't rehearsed like a play, if we weren't that prepared. Because when all the other kind of chaos of production, or the big light broke once, or the truck driver backed into the neighbor's wall. I mean, all of that stuff that happens, like, at least when I said action, you guys were ready to rock. Like you had been doing this off Broadway for 4 months, which is, I can't thank you enough.
I have one quick story that I just want to share that I just still sticks with me, is that this is where we all learned how to shoot guns, at least for me. This is the only time in my life I've ever shot pistols, and like I actually shot collectively went to this shooting range with Ken Weiner, I think.
Ken Weiner.
Wasn't it Toby's?
Like our, what's that?
It was Toby's dad's. That's actually is the same shooting range that that Lethal Weapon is, where he does the smiley face. That's the same shooting range as where we went and practiced with that. But yeah, that was the first time I'd ever really shot a gun.
Yeah, we shot 357 Magnums, Walter PPKs. It was just, and I never got to even hold or maybe I did get to hold a gun in the movie. I don't remember, but I all I do is get shot, as I recall.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, I just did that. With a camera to be in the film. I got shot with a camera.
All right, good. Good cover.
So yeah, that was a very memorable experience, learning how to shoot at a gun range.
Yeah, no, my dad went with us, and it was trippy. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. And the funny thing is, I'm still shooting at gun ranges now because of it. It's the best stress reliever ever.
I bet. We're a good shot. The best shot.
I don't know if I'm a good shot or not. All I know is if I'm stressed out, I go to a gun range. I'm a member at one. Throw out like 50 bullets. I feel so much better. I feel like Jello walking out. It's better than a massage.
It's a massage. It is a massage.
Well, you're a professional assassin now, so that's good. You got to keep sharp. Spoilers.
I wanted to say, I remember when I shot the gun, or I was getting ready to shoot the gun in the movie. What was the guy's name that was the gun?
Ken Weiner.
Was it Kent or Ken? Ken.
I used to work for him as a carpenter. Yeah.
That's what. Yeah. And he was great, but he was like, we all had the ear protection, like everything was, and he was like, okay, everybody get ready. I have a live gun, whatever. And he comes up to me and he goes, you okay? Because I was scared to do this thing. You okay? I was like, yeah. You ready to do this? Yeah. All right, let's go. Fire in the hole! And I was like, oh. And then I had to shoot the gun. It scared me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to reenact it.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Ready to go.
Crazy.
Yeah, there was. I'm trying to. I mean, I always think of like some of the set stuff that was just. I mean, Crocodile Yee, who was our sound guy in the first round. Yes. I mean, obviously Eduardo Cisneros was a huge part of this movie. He was the DP and the producer, and really made a lot of this work. Mo and Luigi, and we have talked about Luigi. I don't know I thought Rick, you'd FaceTime him. Luigi was amazing in Ford versus Ferrari, by the way. Did you guys see him pop up?
Oh yeah, he was great.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he's awesome.
I can see if he's gotten back to me. I did text him. I let him know we were doing this.
Awesome.
So if I hear from him, I can try to FaceTime him in and use technology and see if he's he feels like it.
Use the tech.
His performance in it is just so great, and he was. I remember that being something that was very, very new to me. Also, was to watch somebody on one of their takes just spew a bunch of improv, just come up with funny stuff. I still remember some of the things that he actually said. They were that memorable, and bizarre and funny, and he just had. I remember just watching him going, "Oh, is that something that you can do on a film set? That's cool. God, I'd like to be that comfortable." And Dave was familiar with that. He was like, "No, this is what he does. It's like he'll do the script, but he's also going to do, 5 million other things that you just."
I always remember that, which is funny too, because Luigi is such a wild performer, and there's actually some outtakes in that DVD reels as well, the DVD outtakes. But I also remember when we had to go in and do some like VO stuff like that, and like Terrence was like, could hit marks and hit the thing. ADR was all like this, and they're like, "Okay, Luigi, you're up." And Luigi's like, "I don't know what I said then, and I can't." And he's trying to improvise like new lines through ADR. I was like, "No, Lou, you have to say what you said so it matches your mouth."
I just remember being in a shot in the kitchen portion where it was a 2-shot of me and Luigi, and I think we did like 7 takes, and every take was different. And I knew about 5 of them because I could not just keep from laughing because he was just so freaking interesting and so wonderful. And that accent he had, which I still haven't quite landed on GPS where that accent's from, but it's genius.
Nobody knows.
It killed me every time. I don't know how you got that. I was like, you got to get me out of the shot because you got to make it a single.
And there was my coverage problem. Yeah. Working with Luigi is, I remember when I was working on the script too, and I really knew, for the most part, I believe I was writing for all of you guys. I knew in my head, I think I had Janine Garofalo in my head as playing the mom at one point. But I knew that I was writing for you guys, and but I also knew that I was designing Luigi's character and also Jeff's character to kind of come in and create chaos, which is really fun. It's really fun to watch, without spoiling how the movie goes for those of you who haven't seen it.
What's the future of this movie now that you have the rights back or whatever it is?
Well, this is the first time, I think, unless you have the DVD, even the DVD was in HD, but this is the first time anyone's seeing the HD version of it, which is exciting. And also there, if you haven't seen seen what we did, we did brush up, we did kind of, Jabba the Hutt's in this version. But we did brush up some stuff. But honestly, I'm trying to figure out whether I can get it on Amazon Prime or do something like that. I actually thought it was all wrapped up in this other distribution thing, so I hadn't looked at it. So I don't know. I mean,
even with the adult content, you think Amazon Prime would accept?
With all the topless Spica scenes.
Yeah.
Well, I do remember there was one. There's like one bit where I veered from the script, but it was from your direction. You said, "Terrence, in this scene, I think after I got shot or something. You said, "Terrence, I need an R rating." If you just start cursing and just go crazy.
I need an R rating.
There are some curse words for those who are maybe so Sawyer shouldn't probably sit down and watch this. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's
past your bedtime.
Yeah.
What is it rated? I don't even remember. Is it PG-13?
It's not rated. It says not rated on the DVD.
Oh.
Not rated. Yeah, it's not rated.
The light is terrible. Sorry.
But it's not. It's just. I think it's just language gives it, probably the amount of F words in there gives it gives it an R rating. I'm assuming.
I know Jeff says the F word in it.
Yeah.
I think we all say the F word in it at one point. No, I don't know if Lloyd does, but
Pam, do you?
I definitely do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
David, does Lloyd say it at all?
I don't remember. I'd have to. We'll make it a drinking game, guys. We'll make it a drinking game.
Okay.
Hey, curious, now that we're in quarantine, are you going to grow your hair back out to Lloyd length?
I don't know. The last thing I did before quarantine is get a haircut, which was pretty funny. I was like, we were talking about, like, you think this thing's going to be serious tomorrow? And and she was just like touching, like, this seems weird. No, it was the last thing I did. The next day was quarantine, but I don't know. I miss my hair sometimes. Not really. I'm fine. I'll be okay.
You miss your hair.
Jeff, I'm sorry. Well, Rick, I've never seen Rick with this look, too.
You have beautiful locks, David.
Thank
you. Beautiful locks.
Yeah.
So Bryce is reminding me to remind everybody that, listen, we are going to wrap up this interview, and the link to watch the movie is actually it's in the description. And I don't know if anyone's been chatting along and stuff like that. If there's any questions or
Bryce, is it RedTube / Basement in the Kitchen?
No,
that's not. Oh, I was doing one link.
No, it's careful. They turned me off for like accidentally selling wine in one of these things too. They're very sensitive, the YouTubes. But no, there's a link so you can. So right when we're done with this, you guys can just start the movie, and if you have any questions about the movies or if you want us to respond, we will be in the comments section. And yeah, I mean, are you guys excited to kind of view this? It's been a while for you guys, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, it's been a long while.
Yeah, that's fun.
Last week, but yeah.
The animated special.
The animated version.
Okay, well, how's that working for everybody? Is that good, Bryce? What do you think? I mean, that's a nice little half-hour chat. You guys have any other questions? I love seeing you guys. I miss you guys so much.
I love seeing you too. Wait, there's some other small characters in this too, right? Mark Kelly and Hugh Adair play some parts. Who else is in it? Scott Pitt's in it as well.
Yeah.
Or
So there's some, without spoiling things, but Bryce Beckham and Jen Seifert and Andy Hungerford and Eric Schaefer, all those guys make little pop-up.
Your dad
moments. My dad.
Bob Fickus is in it.
Bob Fickus. And those kids who are probably like 49 years old now. Young Lloyd. Nobody knows where Young Lloyd. I gotta find those people. Those guys are in their 30s. Yeah. So yeah, Mark Kelly. I was texting with Mark today. I love Mark. Mark is he's hilarious. Anyway, so I guess we should let everyone watch the movie. What do you think, Bryce? Bryce is nodding. Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you guys. This was amazing. It's really good to see you. Thank you so much for doing the movie back then and always just supporting it and supporting all the Drama 3-4 stuff.
For putting us in your movie, bro.
Thank you.
I
miss you guys experience.
So again, the link is right in the thing. So we're gonna also, drama34.com/34 days. You can kind of see the rest of all this stuff. There's a bunch of all these people's other work is throughout the campaign. So check that out. Follow us on Instagram. Find all these people on social medias, and enjoy the movie when you click on it. Thank you, guys.
All right, enjoy.
Guys.